So I was on a video shoot the other day and just chit-chatting with the client after we were done shooting. They were asking, what other things that we do at Cup of Code. And it was really hard for me to not just say everything, right?
It feels good to tell everybody that you can do everything, but there are definitely some things that we are experts on and that we focus on.
Yeah.
So what did you tell them?
Well, I said that we do a lot of digital marketing, billboards. I'm not super involved in the web page building side of things, so you guys would be better to talk about web page builds.
Yeah, we usually just tell people that we do websites, everything from a standard landing page up through e-commerce type of sites, hosting, all that stuff. So I just tell people everything that lives on a screen that can be used to promote your business, we'll find a way to do it.
So basically everything.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And the nice part about being involved in digital marketing and traditional media is that if it's not something that we do in-house, we have some really talented partners that we contract with on a lot of projects on a daily and weekly basis that we can, kind of bring into that conversation. So it's just an extension of what Cup of Code does. Yeah. And I love that we have that ability to do that.
A lot of people don't realize that when they see all of our drone photography too, that we're not just taking fun pictures. We can actually use that for their business as well.
Right.
Traditional marketing. Why are you grunting? No grunting.
Because I haven't opened a newspaper or watched cable TV for years.
Well, you're missing out on
some
the
high
best
quality
of
programming.
ESPN, HGTV. Did you know that in November and December that the Hallmark Channel is the highest watched cable network in all the land?
Did you know that when you talk, I literally stop listening after 2 seconds?
Yeah. Well, you're the only one because everyone else likes to listen to me talk. Traditional media is a great question. We do a fair amount of traditional media, right? Billboards, television, whether it's broadcast, whether it's cable, or it's that newfangled OTT. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know me. Oh, let's high five.
All right.
So OTT is over the top.
I feel dirty now.
And it can also be called streaming television. This is all of the devices that people are watching, their cable cord cutters. So they're just streaming from a Wi-Fi internet connection, and they have Roku or Hulu. I was trying to say the two words together.
Roku, Hulu, Fire Stick.
Fire Stick.
Apple TV.
Not the Netflix, right? So the Netflix is non-ad insertable right now. It will become that way in the future where big national advertisers will get in there. But we can get your ad on a streaming device, just like we can get you on WNEP or HGTV through Comcast or Service Electric or Adams Cable or any one of the cable providers across the country, really.
Okay, very good topic. If somebody asks for a website, usually it starts with you, Norm. You have the entire sales pitch process where you go through and give them all the information.
So if we get a form, we respond as quickly as we possibly can. And if it's another query that comes in from a phone call or a referral, it goes right into us trying to set up some sort of a correspondence with the client that we can ask them what their vision is for their website, whether they don't have one or they've got a current one and it needs to be improved.
And their needs as well.
Yeah.
Different websites have different purposes for the consumer.
Is it an e-commerce site? Is it a landing page? Do you plan on having lots of pictures? What's the purpose? And
I do like the ones that have a lot of fun custom stuff we get to build.
Yeah.
I like pushing the custom code.
Well, from there, we start to build out. We've built so many websites now. We have a formula that we've customized at Cup of Code that allows us to really dial in the time that it takes to build a website, the price for the customer to remain extremely competitive. So I don't know that there are any other website companies that we've come across so far that add the amount of value to their websites that we do. And that's really satisfying to know that we have the expertise and can turn out a website very quickly.
And we're also the ones building them. We're not, outsourcing to another person in another state to put the stuff together. It's actually Brandon and myself up there putting the websites together.
Yeah.
So then also on the flip side of that, when customers have issues with their websites, they call directly to you guys then also.
Yeah, they do. Well, we just don't have issues.
Right.
That's the key.
But they don't have to go through like a rigmarole of like putting in some sort of ticket number on a phone call or anything like that.
We try to make the process so easy for them that there's not going to be a need for that. We try to really spell it out and make it as easy as possible for them to get us what they need.
Although there is a service link on our website that allows people to submit that, kind of e-ticket that says, hey, I've got an issue with my site. But yeah, from there, I will say that most of the time we talk about this often, right? We are the ones that want to clear our plate. We want to get all the work done so that the customer's never waiting on us for something. And it's largely, I would say, waiting on content, things like video, photos, scripting, on the website that allows us to turn out that website and get it done in a real quick turnaround.
Yeah, building the skeleton is super easy. It's making it look pretty with what you have to work with. That's the struggle sometimes.
Putting all those zip zaps and zoops in there.
All the zip zaps and zoops. The zoops are the hardest part.
Zoops
They
on.
really are. That requires custom coding.
Sometimes. Oh boy.
Rolls.
I like King's Hawaiian, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's such a sweet roll. I am the business development manager, and my job is to handle all of the new business leads and develop business leads, develop sales for our company, and then also to handle traditional media, which I enjoy, and that is negotiating placements, walking a customer through the best placement for whether it's a billboard, a TV ad, maybe it's radio, something like that. So I enjoy that. And then I also really enjoy negotiating great rates for our customers. So it's not always about providing the best placement, but at the best price. So that's what I do at Cup of Code.
Me next.
Go for it.
I guess I'm just like the content creator of Cup of Code. So my job is basically to show what Cup of Code does on a day-to-day basis, businesses that we go into, and just highlighting how much fun it is to work here, what we do, where we are, when we're there. And then obviously my spin-off series of like business spotlights where I get to highlight really, really cool businesses, support local small business, which is my favorite part. Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
You missed the part where you tend to boss us around quite a bit.
I do. I try to.
You do well.
Try and keep them all in check.
You do well.
That's right. Thanks.
I honestly don't know what my specific role is because I kind of just am the catch-all that does anything that's needed. So I don't know how to fill this space.
I would say that you are lightning fast at doing websites, and you do. So we have different styles of websites, right?
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Brandon have very different styles in how, like, Brandon's very professional.
Wait, are you saying that Tim's not
aesthetic
professional?
to his aesthetic to his builds.
I like
Whereas Tim has that more creative edge to, making cookies spin for
that was a delicious site.
the bakery and things like that. Whereas when you look at a Brandon website, it's more like construction,
yeah, Brandon is
very
very
professional,
Clean and crisp.
aesthetic.
clean and crisp.
Yeah,
I like to do fun things.
yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
You want to hear what it is?
Oh boy. I was gonna.
Is it A?
I was gonna say that we're falling out of a niched environment and kind of getting more broad in general.
I think that let's make a multiple choice. This can be an interactive podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bounce houses
Okay.
and inflatable rentals.
Mm-hmm. Inflatable other things too.
No.
Don't say
Construction industry.
Mm-hmm.
Or currency exchange stores. Which A, B, or C?
Can I phone a friend?
C. You're right. We are the largest website developer of currency exchange stores.
Not a lie, Brandon is actually the largest website developer of these stores.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So we do a ton of work in the construction industry.
We do.
So whether it's home builders, flooring stores, commercial contractors, property maintenance companies, roofing companies. How many roofing websites have we launched this year? Quite a few.
Yeah, and surface coatings, concrete, epoxy is like where it all started.
Yeah. So I would say if it has to do with a home or a business that you walk into and building said home or business, that we have a client that does that or has done that all over America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Literally all over the country.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, it depends on the service. If you're looking for a customer that wants something like a Google pay-per-click campaign and they want results tomorrow, that's not the same as somebody who has a bad website and wants a new website and a clean website in a short period of time. So it really depends on the expectations and it depends on the service.
So the question was, do they expect results right away? They can expect results right away from us because most of the time when we're working with new clients, they meet a couple of these parameters. One, they don't have time to do marketing. Two, they don't have the know-how or the skill, the expertise to be able to handle marketing. And then, third, and usually they don't reach out to us much, but it's like they don't have a whole lot of money, so they're looking for the best bang for their buck. But that service for us of not having the expertise and the time to be able to do it, that's an immediate satisfaction to our clients.
It really depends on the expectations. So certain customers will have certain expectations, and as long as we meet them from the beginning, then we won't have an issue.
But I think you're right. We have some clients that buy a billboard from us, a digital billboard, which we believe in, and we see ROI as a company in. And they expect that the day that goes up, that their phone's going to ring off the hook. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't always work like that. It's really nice to feel, great about that investment when somebody calls you and says, hey, I just saw your billboard. But we have to manage the expectations, like you said.
We use the phrase brand awareness a ton.
Yeah.
Because really all these different marketing avenues, it's nothing more than brand awareness, different platforms. And then once you bring it all together, that's how you become the brand that people know and the one that they call.
Well, let's go to the...
We're going to see how many
ChatGPT
small businesses don't currently have websites, which
many.
It's surprising how many actually just take a domain name and point it to like a Facebook page or something.
Yeah.
A ton of people were relying on the free Google websites that were made by the Google business pages, which have usually no longer up. But
do I get to use my Norm Jones?
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to use my Norm Jones broadcast voice.
Go ahead.
As of and this is ChatGPT.
So we credit every little piece of data that's ever collected for this answer.
Correct. So it's aggregated a ton of data.
Thank you, humans.
As of 2024, approximately 27% of small businesses do not have a website. This statistic varies slightly by industry and region, but it highlights that a significant portion of small businesses still operate without an online presence. And the primary reasons cited include perceived irrelevance in their industry, the cost of website development, and reliance on social media platforms instead. Mm-hmm. What did we just talk about this morning in our operations meeting?
The benefits of if one is better than the other, and I get their mindset. I get why people think they can build an entire business off of social media. Some industries can. I mean, there's these niche businesses that can definitely grow and build off of social media, but the general brick and mortar in a small town, social media is going to force people to see you, but you're not putting yourself available for people who have money in their hand ready to spend money on your service. You need to be found on the search side of things for that.
Even when we're just like trying to figure out where we're going to go film in a week, like a lot of those businesses that we go to, because they're all small businesses that we're spotlighting, a lot of them just go directly to Facebook, don't even have a website, or if they do have a website, it's very vague and kind of empty, I feel like, in a lot of them.
And a lot of times an outdated or a not maintained website and even a social media presence kind of gives the impression, especially if you're visiting a town and you want to find a place to eat, if the restaurant hasn't posted for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, you don't know that they're open.
Right.
Same with the website. If you can't find a website, are you going to go to the next place that has a website, has the menu that you can find, has the map so you can route to their business?
Or maybe has like online ordering features and things like that because you're in a hurry or anything like that.
Well, there's a whole generational difference in gap in how people perceive businesses online. I'm what am I, a Gen X?
I don't know. You're ancient, but whatever that generation
47. Come on now. But there's a younger generation that takes all the credibility from a business based on what their social profiles and their website looks like, and they won't do business just because of how it feels.
That's definitely a real thing.
It is.
Especially in like exercise, gym, food, health, all that stuff.
And boomers, they don't care as much about that. They just want it informational. It's a transactional thing. Where's the menu? Where's the information? Where's the phone number? How do I get there? But the one thing that has changed recently is how much that social plays a role in the collection of data to serve, organically in search. Facebook wasn't always a place that was aggregated in data for you to pop up higher in search. And now it's a major component of it. And how often you update that social media content, largely meta platforms. But I mean, how many times do we Google search right now for something and we see that Facebook and Instagram show up in the top 10 of the feeds? Yeah. So a lot of integrity built in your business based on how often you perform a task or a post and how quality the content of that is. Right, Nick? I think that we retain a high percentage of our clients because we are very honest and transparent in what the expectations are of the campaign. So we communicate clearly from step one that if you are expecting, let's pick on a contractor or pick a contractor to talk about. They can often expect that the phone's going to ring as soon as they spend money. And we talk about that internally. That's not the case. And we have to manage that expectation. So it's just like any other transaction. If you buy a car, is it going to go 200 miles an hour? No, because the salesman will tell you, no, it doesn't. Is your Facebook page going to land you $30,000 a week in business? Probably not. But what are your goals for whatever it is you're buying from us? And then we can tell you, yeah, that's reasonable, or no, it's not.
I'm also kind of meticulous with giving very specific details and very specific information because I'm under the impression myself that if a customer comes back with unclear expectations that we didn't address, then any failure in results is on us for not clearly identifying that. So I think we kind of go above and beyond other businesses that do what we do when it comes to being very honest about what we expect the outcome to be.
Agreed.
Want to talk about the Cup of Code culture?
I think the number one thing that we get feedback on is, I see you did a business spotlight at X, and that probably goes right into company culture as well.
Yeah.
Why we do the things that we do. Okay. Because we spend an awful lot of time educating people, whether they are our client or they're not our client, about how things work. And I love that, the nonprofit guy who wants to volunteer and sit on boards. It's all part of that like helper mentality.
You're like Oprah Jones.
I am. You get a website and you get some social media and you get a billboard.
And you get a video.
And you get some hosting.
Yeah.
And while we joke about that, we teach people, and you don't have to be a client to reach out to us because we're here for the long haul, right? We want to be here for decades and decades as your trusted marketer and advertising partner. So if we're going to teach you now and take some time to invest in you at this moment, you may not be in the right buying cycle to be able to afford it or get out of the current contract you're in, but you will know that Cup of Code didn't turn you away and say, oh, you don't want to spend money now? We don't care about you, because that's not true.
Right. We'll sit and have a conversation with you.
Yeah, one thing we've always done from the very beginning that people have criticized us for is that we've always just given out all the answers. If somebody's like, how would you do this? We will tell them every single step that we would do, because if they can't afford us, maybe it's just that they're not to the point yet where they have that much business. If we can push them over that edge and they can get so busy they can't do it anymore, we want to be that phone call. That's kind of how we looked at it.
Or going in and doing my business spotlights or coffee jams and things like that. We go into a lot of places that obviously aren't paying clients, and sometimes, hopefully, when we leave and that coffee shop or that really small mom and pop business that we went into one day gets to a point where they need a website, they're going to call us first because we already went in there, gave them a little free love.
Or even if somebody comes in and asks about something, they can recommend us. A lot of places that don't use us still share our stuff. They refer us, they recommend us, they tag us and stuff.
Yeah, so even though at a coffee shop we own in Sunbury.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically own it.
I basically own stock in Ivy Coffee.
Yeah. I get questions every now and then from either current clients or people who know of us on our local channel and be like, hey, do you guys own Ivy Coffee?
No, it's just my drug.
Yeah.
Oh, that chai is so delicious.
But I think to a point that's, part of the culture of Cup of Code is we are creating long lasting, like true friendships with a lot of these companies that we're going into. You know, Ivy Coffee, like they've become our friends, truly. And I just think that's really cool.
It is.
We do have quite the culture here at Cup of Code, and it started, boy, from the very beginning. I think we set the culture based on how we didn't want a business to run.
Correct. Because we came from not great places.
Yeah. So, you know, things like appearance codes and clocking in and clocking out and, you know, all that stuff. That's not even a thing here. Like, we don't work based on a time clock. We work based on projects.
This is an ongoing server. Dressing to impress, or dressing to be comfortable. And this has been an ongoing conversation that we've had at Cup of Code since I joined a year and a half, 2 years ago.
That's been ongoing since we created it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we made it a point to say we will never dress to impress, because we want to impress you with our work, not a fashion show. And yeah, we'll lose customers over it, but we'll get awesome customers because of it.
Yeah.
But that's why we have you. You and your polo shirts and khaki pants can roll on wherever you want.
Look at me today. I'm just in a t-shirt.
I
You
know.
are in a t-shirt.
It's like Dress Down Friday up in here.
and jeans, not slacks.
And I'm wearing I'm wearing Lee jeans as well.
Are you okay? You good?
I think
All
though
right, I'm sweating a little.
that's like the line between, you know, you, Norm, who is going out and kind of you are like the super professional one because you're talking numbers and campaigns and things like that with our clients, whereas Tim is not so much.
Thanks, Sam.
I had
Him is 10.
We have, as our company grew, we definitely had the need for two identifiable personalities, such as Norm, because he's going to target a type of client that I wouldn't even get through the door with.